What is cholesterol and how does that affect your risk for coronary artery disease? Well, I'm going to cover that today in the video, so stay tuned and don't go anywhere. Hey, this is Lance McGowan, the Tropical Smoothie Guy. Today we're going to talk about cholesterol and how it increases your risk for coronary artery disease and what you can really do to kind of change the score and really get those to normal levels. So I'm going to cover that in the next section.
Hey, this is Lance McGowan, the Tropical Smoothie Guy, and today we're going to talk about cholesterol and CAD, or coronary artery disease, and how cholesterol relates to that. So, coronary artery disease, or CAD, occurs when the inside or the lumen of one or more coronary arteries narrows, limits the flow of oxygen-rich blood to surrounding heart muscle tissue. Atherosclerosis is the process that causes the artery wall to get thick and stiff. It can lead to complete blockage of the artery, which can cause a heart attack. So the disease process begins when LDL, or bad cholesterol, deposits cholesterol in the artery wall. The body has an immune response to protect itself and sends white blood cells called macrophages to engulf the invading cholesterol in the artery wall. When the macrophages are full of cholesterol, they are called foam cells because of their appearance. As more foam cells collects in the artery wall, a fatty streak develops between the intima and the media, and that's some layers of the artery wall there. If the process is not stopped, the fatty streak becomes a plaque. So you can see there's a process here which pushes the intima into the lumen, narrowing the blood flow. The plaque develops a fibrous coating on its outer edges, but if the cholesterol continues to collect in foam cells inside the plaque, the fibrous outer coating can weaken and eventually rupture. Smaller arteries downstream from the rupture can quickly become blocked. Over time, a clog or a clot may develop at a rupture site and completely block the artery, which is no good either. And so a myocardial infarction, heart attack, occurs when the heart muscle tissue does not receive vital oxygen and nutrients. And you can see here a diagram of the aorta, the right coronary artery, which is very important, left coronary artery, which is also very important, the individuatia. There's some really interesting layers of the artery wall here, the media, the intima. And so what the LDL is, kind of got a little zoom in picture here, it is depositing cholesterol between the layers of the artery wall, which is not good. All right, so when we look now at another kind of examination here, the fatty streak develops between the layers of the artery wall, and you have the muscle cells in the artery wall here kind of as a bigger diagram. I love how graphic these pictures are. They're really descriptive. But you see some inflammatory cells, macrophages, engulf deposited cholesterol. So you can see it's a little process here. Cholesterol gets in that layer of the artery, the macrophages kind of eat it up, and then the macrophages become a giant foam cell. And then what happens is the foam cells continue to expand the core of the plaque, and then the fibrous outer cap forms from the converted smooth muscle cells and other elements. So you see it's building up here in this picture, and then you can see what's going on from a cellular standpoint. And then large unstable plaque with thin fibrous cap is pictured here, and what can happen is the plaque can rupture, and then that plaque can then go into smaller arteries called capillaries and clog them up, which is no good from a circulation or blood flow standpoint. As we keep going, that artery that had the particular rupture can then also have red blood cells get caught in there. So a blood clot, thrombus, forms at the site of the plaque rupture, and then the heart muscle, the myocardium supplied by the blocked artery, starts to die. So you can see if there's no, life is in the blood. So if there's not enough blood get into the areas that it needs, then other areas of that organ or particular areas will start to die off. So the blockage you can see on this diagram here, it happened up here, and now you have specific parts of the heart that are dying off. It doesn't have the blood that it needs in order to help those areas stay alive. So the blood flow, oxygen, removal of toxins is going to be very, very important. But you can see the buildup of plaque is what's causing that, and the plaque actually has a process on how it develops too.
And so the best way to reduce your cholesterol levels or get them down to normal range is to eat more whole plant foods, at least 95% or more plant-based according to your caloric intake. based on the China study. And then, having some cholesterol is good, but your liver produces all the cholesterol your body needs. And then you can also reduce your risk even that much more by going 100% plant-based. And one of the documentaries I always recommend starting off with is Forks Over Knives, and that's available on Netflix, so you can get more information. Or you can pick up the book, The China Study, either on Amazon or your local library to get more information, specifically fact-based information to help you make more informed decisions on how to reduce your risk of heart disease, coronary artery disease, and really get those arteries cleared of that plaque and bad cholesterol. Well, that concludes today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click the subscribe button down below, or you can also click one of the links to continue to get your learn on.